Welcome to Reread. Today I'm only going through one comic book, and it's kind of special. It's Empire issue number 28. Now this is a Boba Fett story. It is a one-shot. There is not much dialogue in it, and I love it because I don't think Boba Fett should speak that much. Starts off with two TIE fighters. They are on a boring mission guarding a derelict Star Destroyer. Boba Fett comes and attacks both TIE fighters, gets onto the Star Destroyer, fights off a bunch of droids, battle droids, to get this box. The whole time, there's hardly any words here, except for every page maybe, he says 30 minutes left, 15, 5, it's a countdown, 1 minute. And then the whole Star Destroyer just explodes. Now, later on we find out that the captain of that Star Destroyer had hired Boba Fett to retrieve a box. What had happened was, the Empire was kind of embarrassed about the whole ordeal because rebel saboteurs took out this Star Destroyer. He lost his commission, he was drummed out of the Navy, he's basically disgraced. And before he abandoned ship and, left the Star Destroyer to crash, he forgot to get a little holo recording of his, what I'm assuming is his wife's final message. It's someone that he loves and he misses a lot. And she had died 3 years ago is what he said. And that's really the only recording, or the last recording that he has of her. And he wanted to see her and hear her voice once more. However, when Boba Fett asked for his payment, the captain cannot pay him. He does not have the money. And he's, sorry, but there's nothing else he can do. Well, of course, Boba Fett whoops out his pistol and is about to kill him for wasting his time. And the last thing you see, well, not the last thing you see, the second to the last page is the blaster being held to the back of his head, and the Moff just saying, I just wanted to hear my wife one last time. Then the last page is really beautiful. It's his wife repeating the same message that we've heard several times at this point already, and then as it slowly backs away from the holo recording, it's his dead body there, because Boba Fett killed him. And it's just kind of a nice little story. The reason why this story is a little bit significant is this is my first time reading it. I found that out. I stopped getting Empire shortly before the big storyline eventually ended. And I've explained several reasons why. Then I started buying the trade paperbacks. Well, darn it, Dark Horse. They did it to me again. Dark Horse never collected, at least in their initial run of trade paperbacks, Empire issue number 28. For some weird reason, not too weird, but they put it in a Boba Fett omnibus, I found out later on. But why not collect it in the issues of in this trade paperbacks of Empire? That does not make sense to me. So I never had it. I assumed I had, and then while doing my reread, found out I had not. So this was new for me to read. Now I had to go on eBay. I had to pay way more than cover price for it. I wasn't happy, but of course I've got to have it all, right? And this is another great thing about doing these rereads. Not only am I putting things in a better order, but now I found something that I missed the first time, incredibly, that I missed the first time running through this. So that is amazing to me. Now, overall, I do think it's a good story. I'm sure it's collected in an Empire omnibus or a Boba Fett omnibus now, and should be pretty easy. I do not suggest buying a single issue unless you're crazy nuts like me, who just wants to have every complete issue. But since it wasn't in a trade paperback of Empire, an Empire comic book that wasn't collected in the Empire trades, that's just ridiculousness. And that's, sadly, I noticed that a lot with Dark Horse. There was no rhyme or reason to how they put together a lot of their trades, especially when it came to something like Empire. Either way, all right, that's all I had for today. See you next time.